What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Married to Reality. I'm your co-host, John, here with my wife and co-host. She, too, will tell you she doesn't need to drink while she has 5 glasses of wine sitting in front of her. It's the one and only Teresa.
Hello, everyone. How is everyone doing?
You look confused.
Why do I look confused?
Did you not get my reference?
I didn't. I guess I didn't pick up on it.
It's because you're drunk.
No.
Okay. You're wasted.
Okay. No. I'm perfectly sober. But you said, let's bring up some energy. So I was focusing on channeling all my energy. Plus, my mouth hurts.
Well.
From a dentist, guys. Okay. Don't get any sexual ideas.
Oh my gosh.
So, can you repeat yourself?
Well, first of all, to explain what you were saying, before we start the pod, I always say we gotta, get shot out of a cannon. We gotta bring the energy. We gotta get shot out of a cannon. But more important than the energy, you need to listen to your partner over here, okay? I didn't think I needed to tell you that podcasting 101 is you should listen to your co-host.
I always listen to you, but I'm in a little bit of pain. And you said, shut out of the cannon, shut out of the cannon. So I'm like focusing, I'm channeling energy, and all of a sudden it's my part to talk.
Yeah.
So I think I got it. I think I got that.
I was referencing Eve, who we met this episode, who went on her little girls outing and was like, I don't need to drink. This is a special occasion. I don't need to drink.
Liar.
Meanwhile, she had 5 glasses of wine sitting in front of her. And how many cans do you have in front of you right now?
I mean, I'm drinking this healthy energy drink that you got for me.
Okay, and you're just going to gloss over the other can that's in front of you.
You mean my Miller Lite?
Yeah. You've got an assortment of cans in front of you. Only one is alcohol, but hey.
And it's Miller Lite. How many percent does it have? Like 1?
4.2, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, your mouth is hurting because you went to the dentist earlier.
Went for a simple thing. 3 hours later. 3
hours later, 2 associates, 1 doctor, a dental hygienist, their jaws of life keeping your mouth open.
Yeah, it was interesting. I definitely, like, at home, I looked like a freaking hamster. You know how hamsters have only the bottom part of their mouth like big because they chew?
You got some swollen cheeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was me today. A little banged up, but I'm getting there.
You sound fine.
No, I'm good now, but she gave me so many anesthesia shots because as she was working on me, I'm like, ah! She's like, oh my gosh, your feeling's coming back.
How could she tell your feeling was coming back?
You can feel it. Well,
she can tell that you're...
No, I was making sounds. I was like, ah. She goes like, if you're in pain or anything, if you're bothered, lift your left hand. Lift your left hand. So I was like, ah. She's like, oh my gosh. And then she kind of could tell because they put the anesthesia, the amount of anesthesia they put me under was for the original procedure they were supposed to do.
Right.
It took longer, so she told me, she goes like, you might end up feeling something, let me know.
Got it.
So it was almost like planned. So I was like, wah! It's coming back.
Long story short, not to keep our friends in the dark here, you went for like a small cavity and it turned into a bigger cavity, and that's why, right?
Not even a bigger cavity. It's just it was in a place it wasn't supposed to be.
Cavity search.
And yeah.
Okay. Anyway, we digress. We tend to do that on this podcast.
Yeah. It's so funny not to digress even more, but I hate the word cavity. So I want to call it something else.
What do you want to call it?
Call it like a little problem.
Yeah, but that sounds worse. Everyone's had cavities.
No, I hate you know how I dislike certain words? And cavity is one of them.
No, you can pronounce that one. Most words you don't like, you can't pronounce. Even with a cavity in your mouth, you can pronounce cavity.
Cavity. I'm going to call it a little problem.
Okay. Well, we've rectified the little problem. You're good now. And all right, we can move forward with this podcast, guys. Welcome to the podcast. This is the 90-day OG recap.
The OG
podcast. And a little bit of housekeeping before we get into it. We want you to follow us on social media, and a lot of you guys are doing it, especially on Instagram. That's where we hang out most of the time. Follow us at Married to Reality Pod. Okay, at Married to Reality Pod on Instagram. We're posting memes. We're messaging with you guys. News updates. Everything's happening on Instagram at Married to Reality Pod. So make sure you're following us there.
Absolutely.
Also, make sure you're following the podcast. Okay, that's I was going to say it's second most important. It's probably tied for most important. You want to follow the Instagram, but you want to follow the podcast so you get an episode whenever we drop an episode, because spoiler alert, there may be some bonus episodes in the future that you're going to want to get. There may be some new shows that we'll end up covering when things like Married at First Sight come to an end or Below Deck comes to an end. So you don't want to have to think, oh, it's Wednesday, Below Deck comes out. Now you follow the podcast, you get the episodes. It's that easy. And it's so easy to follow the podcast. All you have to do is look down, smash that follow button.
Guys, smash it like it's as hot as Mohamed's ass.
Ew.
Ladies, we have something to look forward to this season.
Do I have to look into your DMs and make sure you're not? Are you following #FitBody? What's going on over there?
You know, I'm not that into shredded bodies.
I can tell. Because look at me.
You're fit.
I'm on my way. I have a shredded cheese body.
Fitter. You're fitter.
I'm fitter than I was a year ago.
I mean, we just had a conversation yesterday. I was telling you, we're driving, and I was telling you that I'm a little, after I ate 2 pizzas
Yes.
2 days in a row at like 2 a.m. So I was like, oh, maybe we should get back to being a little healthier. And you were like, I feel amazing. After he ate 2 pizzas too. And I'm like, I mean, good for you.
It's mind over matter. I just meant relatively. I'm in much better shape than I was a year ago. So that's all.
That's good.
Why are you looking at me like that?
I'm not. I'm admiring your mind.
My body is soft. My mind is hard.
My mind is like, yes, eat that pizza with mushrooms, girlfriend. Burn your mouth on the hot cheese.
Yeah.
But my body next day is like, well, you should have had a salad.
Yeah.
Well, but then it's 2 a.m. again, and
Yeah. We were in.
and my mind is like, pizza.
We were in North Carolina for a wedding this past weekend, and when we do what you do on wedding weekends, you let loose, you have fun. Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Anyways, smash it like it's as hot as the abs I will never have, but Teresa will love me anyways.
Absolutely.
Okay. One last thing.
This is my new favorite word.
One last thing. If you haven't left a review, it means the world to us when you do. So please, if you could take a few seconds, rate, review. I'm telling you, it helps the podcast. So if you haven't done it, please, please, please. It makes a world of difference in the rankings we receive and just our everyday life.
It brings a lot of joy and happiness to our lives.
Yeah. And here we have one that I would like to read. Okay, we have a new review.
Yes, let's read it.
This one comes to us from one of our friends, MSal909.
Hello.
Okay. 5 stars. Of course, we read the 5-star reviews here on this podcast.
Love it.
They write one of the best 90-day podcasts.
Love it even more.
And there are several 90-day podcasts. I'm happy that MSL puts us in one of the best in that level, in that ranking. So thank you for that. They write, I'm a huge 90-day fan, and part of my routine is listening to Married to Reality on Mondays. You both make my workday go a little faster and make me laugh. Thank you both for all you do. Keep up the good work.
I love that.
Thank you, MSal.
Thank you, MSal.
Which is like my mom's abbreviation almost. And I don't think this is my mom, but Mama Sal. She likes to go by Mama Sal now. And that would be
if it was your mom, I would expect
She would say the best. I think she would say the
She would say absolutely the best of the best. I love you, Teresa and John. Mom.
No, my Mama Sal likes to keep me humble and grounded, I think. So she might say, you guys have one of the best. She might say, you guys...
I think so, too. That would be my mom who would say, absolutely, absolutely best. Best of the best.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
I mean, I'm an only child, guys. Guilty.
Yeah. Yeah. What are you going to do about it?
That's what I'm saying. My mom just adores the shit out of me.
I know, but you're not. There's other 90-day podcasts.
I know, but you think my
It's
mom...
not like my sister has a 90-day podcast. And
Do you
she's
think
like,
my mom cares?
only listens to us, I'm sure. And maybe there's check 90-day podcasts because they wouldn't appear when we search.
I've tried really hard to explain to my parents what would be podcast about, right? My dad was
I've tried to keep it away from my parents, actually. I'm like, you guys don't want to know.
Well, my dad, I was like, okay, let me take a look. So he found it with Czech dubbing. And
Wait,
he goes
what?
like, yeah.
What do you
or
mean, we're
subtitles.
dubbed? Huh?
Not us, the actual show.
Oh, I thought he found our podcast and there was people voicing us over. And
That would be so silly. No.
that'd be amazing.
No, but this show. And he was like, oh, what a shit show. And my mom is like, wait, people do that? No.
She didn't even know about K1 visas and whatnot?
No.
Right, because not a lot of people are going.
Possibly didn't do it. Like we met, you guys all know how we met, so we don't have to go into that. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure my mom, when I told her, she's like, okay, yeah, I mean, sure, but I had no idea that people get on TV.
Right. The
and
fact
do
that
that,
there's a
yeah.
TV show based on
Yeah.
it is a
My
little
mom is more
bonkers.
of like a realistic person in a way, like real documentaries, old school documentaries.
Oh, I'm going to have a word with her. I'm going to learn Czech just so I can talk to her about 90 Day and how fantastic of a show it is.
Do it. Please do it. I tried.
Real documentary, real schmockumentary. This is a fantastic television
tried,
show.
and my mom was like, not. I mean, she hates sitcoms. She hates a lot of things. I guess 90 Days not probably gonna be one of her favorite shows.
All right, well, I don't want to talk about it then because it's bringing me down to even think that someone wouldn't love this heap of trash.
Very true. How did we end up
I
talking
don't know.
about my mom?
You tell me.
I don't know. I love you, Mom.
Okay.
Moving on.
All right, let's do a little 90 Day by the way before we get into this episode.
One of my favorite segments.
Number 1. I think I have the real reason Memphis left the tell-all. We saw her storm off, right? It seems like years ago that tell-all occurred, but it was just a week or so ago. I think I know the real reason she stormed off, and it's thanks to our friend Wani, who shared with us on Instagram. A bunch of you guys are sharing info and stories with us, and thank you.
Yeah, we absolutely love it. Juani is one of our, what would you call it?
She's one of our, she hits the pavement. She gets us the stories.
Correspondence.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Wani always with the facts.
Foreign correspondence, because it's about all these foreigners.
Okay. So Wani shared with us with this, the tell-all debacle in Memphis storming off. There was a news story on social media, if you will, and here's what it was. I think, because I'm reading between the lines of this story that was shared, I think Memphis truly wasn't feeling well. There is some chatter that maybe she was hungover. Maybe her and Hamza went out the night before in New York and got after a little bit too hard. I think she wasn't feeling well. So she got up. We saw her get up, and she said she wasn't feeling well. I think she left to go take some Advil, get some fresh air. And while she was gone, she had to breastfeed the baby. Or let's even take out the not feeling well and getting Advil. Maybe she was just like, you know what, it's time to breastfeed or it's time to pump.
I mean, I would hope that she did not get wasted if she had to breastfeed the baby.
Great point. That's a great point. So let's even strike that. Because that's all hearsay, okay? That's what's going around on the internets. Let's just say she needed to go breastfeed. She needed to go pump, but she's not going to say that on TV. So maybe she just said, I need to go get some fresh air. She goes. Here's where the facts come in. While she was breastfeeding, a camera guy went into the room she was in and started filming her without her consent. Okay?
Breastfeeding?
She had her titties out. These are her words, not mine. Because there's video of this, folks, not of the breastfeeding. I mean, there is video of that. Someone filmed it, but this is not what I saw. There's video of her. I think she filmed it herself. It's on YouTube of her having this altercation, this argument with TLC and production where she's like, one of your guys came in without my consent, filming me. My titties were out. And that's what set her off, is that she was in this vulnerable position. I know you love that word. She was in this vulnerable position and a guy's filming her. I don't think anyone wants that.
No, I get that. Unless you're okay with it and you give them your permission.
Permission. And so this set her off, rightfully so. And she was like, I'm done. I'm done filming. I'm not going to go on with this. And apparently the reason Hamza stayed behind was because Memphis wanted to make sure that production or Sean didn't twist the story of why she left. They wanted a united front and stick to their story and what they were going to say. And so Memphis leaves. Hamza stayed to defend her. And apparently that's the reason she didn't come back for her segment, is because
Interesting.
a little breach of privacy. And she felt exposed and taken advantage of. And, oh, you guys just want this for TV. And that would upset me. And she left.
Interesting. I almost wish she said it, though, if it's true. Said,
oh, you think TLC is going to allow that to come out?
No. But when she left the set, if that's truly why she left, if she said, I got to go feed my baby. Sounds much better than, oh, I don't feel well, then you come back, then you leave. I think what was weird about it, that if she was feeling bad, I would expect her husband to go with her. Right? So I was almost judging Hamza for staying when she said, I don't feel well, I'm going to leave.
Well,
I was like,
she was like, the bright lights, I have a headache. I'm not going to go with you to go. You're an adult. You can go get Advil by yourself. What? I got to stand there. I got a job to do. I got to talk.
and this is my husband, Jonathan.
What? Equal opportunist. Right? I think.
Well, yes, but I would at least expect you to be like, hey, do you want me to come with you? Like, are you
Maybe
okay?
he did. Maybe he did.
Right? Because she didn't say what's wrong, really.
She said the lights. I have a headache. I need to go take medicine or something. I'm pretty sure that's what she said. Right? Come on. She's an adult. She can go get her own
feel like if she
Advil.
said, I got to take care of the baby, guys, I'm so sorry, then I would not judge Hamza. I would be like, all right, mom got to do her job and dad can stay and defend whatever they're going to say.
Yeah. Well, maybe if Memphis said, I got to go breastfeed, she's worried Hamza would follow because he likes those big boobies. I want to see the big boobies.
I saw a lot of things about those two on social media. I don't want to dive into it because
No, that's
I
a
don't
whole
think
other thing that I can't even wrap my head around.
I was trying to follow, and on social media, you guys kept sending us all these articles. So I was like trying to get into that, but it was just so much going on.
He said, she said, they said, we said. Yeah. I don't know. Long story short, maybe they're together, maybe they're not. I don't know. So I don't want to talk about it.
I don't know either, to be honest.
Yeah.
You guys tell us.
But if you want the video of Memphis yelling at production, you can search it on YouTube. I think the original video came from Mary Pants. That's an Instagram account, Mary Pants. But I think it's on YouTube, the whole thing. Just search, I don't know, Memphis tell-all argument. I think you'll find it. You guys are smart. You guys are smart.
Well,
okay.
Thanks for letting us know, John.
Absolutely. That's what I'm here for. How about, by the way, number 2?
Let's do it.
Okay, look at this podcast collaboration. The collab we never knew we needed, the collab we actually don't need. Shake from Love is Blind. Okay, here's a little crossover. Shake from Love is Blind has a podcast now called Life is Blurry.
Oh my gosh.
Life is Blurry.
Like, just take care of the pets, dude. Like, get out the TV.
Okay. I almost stopped listening after his intro.
Wait. Life is blurry or love is blurry?
Life is blurry.
Because
but it is.
He was saying it. When he was in Love is Blind, I think he was saying love is not blind, love is blurry.
Oh, maybe it's, I don't know. My notes are always terrible, but I'm pretty sure it's Life is Blurry. Who cares, guys? Don't listen to this. But I almost had to stop it after his intro when he's like, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Shake Chatterjee with the heart of a puppy doctor and the attitude of a DJ. I just might be the most tragically misunderstood person on reality TV.
Oh.
That's his intro. Okay.
Oh.
And
Shake.
Why are we talking about Love is Blind? We don't cover it. But he had a guest on his first episode. He had a guest.
I guess?
Guess.
Okay, I literally have no idea.
There's a new segment called Guess the Guest.
Can you give me a little hint? Because I'll
give you a hint.
I swear I have not heard of this.
Then why would you want to guess?
Because I love guessing.
I'll give you one hint.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh my God. He had mic on?
No.
So who else
One
is
more
a farter?
Come on. The OG farter. The original fart. The original gas. The OG of farting.
Colt?
Come on. You're going to smack yourself in the forehead when I tell you.
I mean, who is the original gasser?
One more.
Okay.
One more clue. Female.
What?
Female farter. BFF.
I legit have no idea.
Come on.
I swear I have no idea.
You guys are country women. You guys are countrymen.
Whew.
Stepanka.
Oh, shit. I forgot.
Just farting, not shitting yet. But Stepanka was on Life is Blurry with Shake.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay. I only listened to half this thing. I couldn't get through it. But they obviously talk about Stepanka's farting, which is perfect because you have a piece of shit like Shake and a famous farter like Stepanka. It is a match made in heaven. And they talk about Stepanka's platform, Unfiltered. Mm-hmm. And not to promo her platform, but they talk about it, and she shines some light on it. And there's this cool feature she implemented. She calls it Shorties.
Okay,
this is on her Unfiltered platform, Shorties. She says it's like TikTok, where you just scroll endless clips of sexy little videos. I'm like, that's kind of innovative.
For free?
No, I think you have to sign up for Unfiltered.
Oh.
But then it's like, I like that. She's taking TikTok, she's making it her own. And so, again, not sure what else they talked about because I couldn't finish it. But if you want to hear the whole thing, check it out. Life is Blurry. Prepare for that intro. It's your boy, Shake.
He was so annoying that if I had a pet and he was the vet, I would be like, hello and goodbye.
Finish the rhyme scheme. Finish the rhyme scheme, Teresa.
Okay.
If I
had a pet and he was my vet.
Yes. Uh-huh. She's thinking very hard.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. I'm thinking too.
Oh my gosh.
If I had a pet.
And he was my vet.
I would fret.
No, I said I would flet.
What does that mean?
Like leave.
Oh, well, no, you would flee.
Oh.
But tenses are not necessarily your thing.
I would have fled.
Okay, that's not bad.
Right?
I think mine's a little stronger. I would fret.
What's that?
Fret? I would fear. I would be scared. I would fret.
That's pretty good.
All right. That is 90 Day, by the way. Let's talk about 90 Day Fiancé. Season 9, Episode 2.
The OG.
Should we start with Bilal and Shaeeda?
Bilal and Shaeeda, yes.
Because it is the day that Shaeeda arrives. It is the day that the prank comes to life.
I don't know why he calls it the prank because it's not funny.
It's just a lie. Or
It's a test. It's a test.
It's a test.
He calls it a test too.
It is
but
a
he
test.
says it's a test, but it's a prank. No, dude. It's a stupid test that you came up with. And it's, on one hand, I kind of understand it. You want to make sure she's in it for you, right? Mm-hmm. There are other ways to do it.
Yeah. And it's not even a good test because you're not going to be living in that house. So bring her to your real house. And there's other ways to see if she's with you for your money or not.
Exactly. And you know why it's really a really bad test? Because Shaeeda shined some light on it. And she said, well, when he came to visit, he had a Louis Vuitton bags, fancy watches, fancy clothes. So, yes, dude, you messed up. If you wanted to play it cool, he could have come as a regular tourist, right?
He could have, but that means he'd be plotting this prank from the minute she slid into his DMs?
Maybe. If he's so afraid of that she might be in it for his money, dude, just get a away bag or something. That's a little fancy.
An away bag? Are you talking
it's like
hundreds of dollars?
Okay, so get a regular bag that's like $150. That's what normal people travel with, right?
Not me, okay.
I just bought you a nice luggage. What are you talking about? You have a really nice luggage.
That was $150?
Yes.
Yikes.
It was $160.
Yikes.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Moving on.
Okay.
It's gonna last you forever.
Okay.
But yeah, get a regular luggage, right? Get a regular watch.
No.
Yes.
No, it's fine. Yeah, yes.
If you are so afraid that she might be in it for the money, you don't need to roll in and flex like that. Like regular people vacation too, right? You don't have to make thousands of dollars to go on a vacay.
But where do you
just
think...
roll in as a normal person if you are so afraid of her being like, oh my gosh, like, I mean, he's okay, but he has cash.
I don't think it was this premeditated. I think he probably went on a booty trip, a little bit of a booty trip, because, yes.
Well, he is a Muslim. I don't think it was a booty trip.
No, it wasn't, but maybe not for sex, but who knows?
So what
maybe
else is a booty trip to you?
You hook up a little bit. I think you can kiss and touch. And
I don't think they can. If
don't-
you are that religious, I don't think you can.
I don't know how religious they are, but I do know that they went through a ceremony so that they could bang. So clearly that was the end goal.
Yes, but he was looking for love, right? He wasn't going on the booty trip. He was going to see if she's the one.
Mm-hmm.
So he either should have planned this whole thing since day one and roll in like a regular freaking person going on a vacation, right? Get a Michael Kors watch. I mean, that's not the cheapest, but I mean, that's not gonna break your wallet, right? And then keep your scam. Or roll in as yourself, but then don't freaking test her like that.
No, I mean, there's so many people who buy expensive things that can't afford it. So I don't think it's a dead giveaway. I don't know how much Louis Vuitton bags cost. That might...
The travel ones, they're several thousands of dollars.
Okay, well, that's ridiculous.
So,
but there are people who would spend a couple $1,000 on a watch who really can't afford it. They spend a couple $1,000 on a watch and then drive a car that is 30 years old because they want that flashy watch. So I don't know that it's a dead giveaway that you have a couple nice things, but I hear what you're saying. You want him to commit from day one. Because if anything, it's sending signals that, oh, this guy's not good with money. Oh, he's spending all of his money on luggage and not on fixing his suit.
And I don't think it was just his watch and luggage. Like, he carries himself a certain way,
He's
right?
got the nice suits.
Yeah, so...
I'm sure where he stayed in Trinidad and Tobago is probably a nicer property.
Yeah, so I think he gave it away. And again, he either should have done that and then invite her. She's going to come to the U.S., freaking show her your house, and then figure it out from smaller things. You can kind of tell if the person is in it for you or for your money, or freaking plan this game from day one so it makes sense.
But also, don't you want someone to love you for you? Who Bilal is a bougie guy. He's got a nice house with a Benz. And so let her see the real you.
Yeah.
Because that is the real you. You might say, oh, this is where I grew up. Okay, that's not who you are now. So don't you want her to love you for who you are now? Maybe she's like, oh, that's too flashy. I don't want to be seen in a Benz. Why are you spending your money on cars?
Show me a girl who's going to tell you that.
I don't think you would want me to spend $80,000 on a car.
Unless we have it, we can. That's the thing. I would be okay with it if we could, right?
I guess.
But I would not allow it if I was like, all right, so we're going to spend all this money on this fancy car, but we're not going to travel for 4 years. You know, we're going to be literally living paycheck to paycheck without putting any money into our savings, right?
Yeah.
So I'm being smart. If he can afford it and still live a nice life, that's cool, dude. Do it. You work hard for it.
I just find it a little strange that he's like, I want her to love me. Well, no, you want her to love who you used to be. Don't you want to actually see if she loves you for who you are now? And I get what you're saying. Everyone's going to like the nice house. Everyone's going to like the nice car.
Yeah.
Maybe. They might say, we don't need all this. Why are we spending all this money on blessed pillows and showy chessboards? We should be investing and saving and worrying about our future.
I'm sure he got a deal and all that because I'm sure his friend staged it and he's like, oh, I'm just going to keep it.
Nah, you're
right?
making that up, but sure.
She has no say in this because she's going to enter his life now. At this stage of his life, he's in his 40s. You can just come in and say, oh, this is too much. Let's downgrade.
Well, they're married. I mean, they're not married in the States, but they're married in their faith. They're married in her country.
Still, I think he still has the upper hand, right?
How so?
Because he worked hard for it. That's all his.
How's that an upper hand, though?
Because she cannot just roll in and say, oh, that's too flashy, let's change it. You can't do that.
She 100% could say that.
Yes, but it's not going to fly because, if anything, marriage should be a compromise.
I know. Maybe you're not hearing my point. She could come in and say, I don't want to spend our money. We're married. It's our money. I don't want to spend our money on this. Don't you want to find that out rather than run some prank about a house you used to live in? I'd rather hear.
Okay, I follow you now.
I'd rather hear, oh, you're cool with me spending $80,000 on a car. Oh, you're cool with me spending money to decorate the house like this. I'd rather her co-sign my lifestyle than some prank that has no relevance over my current life.
I mean, yes, in a way, but that wasn't her money spent. Maybe moving forward, she could be like, all right, well, this is great. We have this nice house, this nice car, but if we have kids, let's make sure they have money to go to college and all that stuff, right?
Okay, speaking of moving forward, we need to keep moving. We haven't even started this.
I know,
segment.
but I had one more thought.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes.
And I forgot.
No, I'm sorry.
We kept talking about this for so long. All right, let's move on. Let's move on.
Okay, because it's time for the prank. He's got this white van that he's picking Shaeeda up in, right? And forget the white van as a prank. I think he got the van because he needed to haul all those home goods decorations that he's going to keep. Mark my words, those were not just props for this prank. He is going to dump the bless our house and this is us and our love. He's going to put all of that into his real house.
Of course he will. His real house. That's his vibe. Like,
it's going to fit right in.
Did you see his actual house?
Yes. Yeah. So I think that's why he got the van. Home Goods had a sale. He loaded it up and he's like, this is going to look great in our actual place. But okay, he wants to see if Shaeeda is ride or die.
Okay, I just thought of the thought. It's going to be quick, right? The way to test her could be like, all right, well, what do you want to do when you get to the U.S.? What do you want to do for a living, right? You are a yogi. Do you want to continue? Or do you want to make sure that she wants to make her own money?
Yes.
And not to just live off of him. That would be a good freaking test.
Well, that's a good question. It's not a good test because she could say whatever she wants and then comes to the States and sits on her ass all day.
True, but then they can have an issue and she can go back to where she came from.
There's no such thing as a good test. Let's just say that. You shouldn't be testing.
Not a test, but a conversation.
It's a good question. It's a good conversation. There's no such thing as a good test.
I know.
When you're talking about your fiance or your wife.
Yeah, he's an asshole.
Okay. So he gets to the airport, speaking of asshole, comes empty-handed, no flowers.
Right?
Just ripped jeans and a terrible prank. That's all he's got.
He's playing this guy who doesn't have a lot.
But again, and we'll talk about when we get to the house, flowers are cheap. You can get flowers for a couple dollars.
You can steal them from your neighbor.
Painting your walls, that's not expensive. Okay, there are ways to do nice that aren't going to break the bank. This prank probably costs more than just doing something nice.
I think this prank wasn't fully thought through.
Oh, I don't think it was thought through at all.
Because as you said, there was the stealing.
The stealing?
Like, I would be bothered by it. I would be like, okay, well, cute. If the house was fixed up, ceiling was fixed, was painted, as you said, I would be like, oh, it's a cute house. Let's work hard. Sure. Maybe we can upgrade eventually. He brought her to a shithole. Yeah. And he said, no, I lived here for like 15 years. Duh. I felt bad for her.
No, I did too. All
right.
Let's get there. Shaeeda makes her grand appearance, drops her bags, runs into Bilal's hands.
Bilal's empty hands.
She came carrying something. Her hands weren't empty. She came with her own Trinidad and Tobago flag.
Oh yeah, she did.
As a foreigner coming to another country, what's the mindset about bringing your country's flag?
I don't know, but I was on Amazon today and I ordered a little flag for my office.
Czech flag or American?
Czech flag. On a little stand.
Okay.
I'm going to fly it very proudly.
Maybe it's like when you land on the moon, you plant your flag. It's like she's landing in America.
Yeah,
she's
like when I
planting her
graduated college, they handed me 2 flags, one Czech and one American. Like, girl, you made it, but remember where you came from.
Yeah. And I get the bringing it and I get putting it on your desk. That's a reminder. My confusion was, why are you walking through the airport carrying it?
Maybe it's like, okay.
They don't hand those when you get off the plane in America.
Maybe she knew he's not going to give her anything, so she gave herself a little welcome present.
Yeah, it's a better look than showing up with an American flag, because then that just screams like, I'm just here for America.
True.
And Bilal, I'm pretty sure he was wearing an American flag t-shirt, but it was like half American flag, half Trinidad and Tobago flag.
Oh.
Yeah, it had some
I didn't
elements
pick up on it. I picked up on like a graphic tee, which we don't really see him wearing that. He's always suited up.
Yeah.
Suited up.
But he's playing the part.
I know,
right?
I know.
He's playing the part. Okay, so they get to the white van and Shaeeda's like, babe, I thought your car was this Chevy Malibu, not this Scooby-Doo van. And like, she would have been fine with a Chevy Malibu. No shade on a Chevy Malibu, but I don't know, that can't be more than 25, 30,000, right? So it's not like she was expecting a Benz. She was happy with the Chevy Malibu.
Yeah.
Not the Scooby-Doo van. And not a Scooby-Doo van filled with trash.
Not a plain white van, girl. I mean, this
Don't.
could have been the last time we saw Shaeeda.
I'm telling you, I almost appreciate a white van test where you don't land in a foreign country and get in a white van. But she did it. She rolled the dice. It
She
turned
did
out
it.
okay for her.
But she was not happy. She's like, oh my gosh, like, what is that trash? Don't put my luggage in the trash.
Yeah.
And he's like, what trash? Those are my tools. What tools, dude?
Well, here's the thing.
Tools that you use to hang all the stuff from Home Goods?
No, he flips houses, right? He said he's an
you're right,
investor
you're
in
right.
real estate. So he flips houses. And Shaeeda brings this up. She goes, he flips houses. You need a certain amount of money to do that. And this is not what I expected. And it's so interesting because it makes me think, yeah, he flips houses, right? And he's going to bring her to this house that needs flipping. Why hasn't he done a little fixing up of his own place? Like, is it a whole the cobbler's kids don't have shoes type thing? You would think if he has this skill set and he is a house flipper, he would fix up his own house a little bit.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he didn't think through
The
this
scam.
whole thing. But one thing that you brought up to me that I didn't know, and maybe some of you guys don't know, if you think about her English and thinking, wow, her English is so good.
Yeah.
It's because English is the official language of Trinidad and Tobago.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And good for her.
Yeah. No, she was flexing with some of those dilapidated. You don't know those words.
I know those words. We're talking.
You couldn't think of something to rhyme with vet 10 minutes ago.
I mean, I rhymed pet,
Yes. And then
and then I said
fled.
would have
Maybe.
fled.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
yeah,
please.
English is their language.
Yeah.
Okay. So they get to the prank home and Bilal gives the tour. This is the room I watch TV at. This is where I pray. And Shaeeda is not even hearing any of it. She's just looking around at the peeling paint in the ceiling that's about to collapse.
And this is so crazy because she's like, what the fuck is this place? And he is already questioning her because of the reaction to the van.
Yeah, but it wasn't even a reaction to the van. It was a reaction to the state that the van was in.
That's true.
If he had picked her up in his Benz, but there were trash bags and empty fast food bags and loose fries in the back seat, she would probably be like, why don't you clean up your car?
That's a good point.
And so, again, it's never a reaction to the object or the home or the car. It's a reaction to the condition that he's keeping it in. And that's a choice. You might not be able to afford a Benz, but you can keep whatever car you have clean.
That's very true. And also, you know what's very, very popular lately? Tiny homes. But when you see a tiny home, they all look fab. They
Well,
are
you have
fixed
to.
up.
You can't live in a tiny
but
home
if you
and be a mess.
Yes, but what I'm saying is that you can make a tiny home look absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you are a doer, you can do a lot of it yourself, right?
Yeah.
So him bringing her here is silly. And a quick thing that I thought of is that I get it. He lived there. That's where he came from. He's proud of it. I absolutely get it and respect it, right? But when he lived there, they lived there. Someone was taking care of the house. I'm sure his mom or someone was cleaning the house. I'm sure it was probably in better shape than now when no one lived there for 15 years.
And I don't know. I'm sure he's got pride, but seeing a home in that condition, it doesn't seem like you have much pride in it. If you cared for that home, you would care for that home and you would not let it get to that condition.
Well, I kind of disagree. I think he has a lot of pride and that's great. Like, be proud of where you came from, no matter where you came from.
Then why don't you take care of it if you have so much pride in it?
This is my big question. Does he own the house? How did he?
Yes, you can't just get into a home and spend the night there.
Okay, so if he owns it, that's the thing. If he owns it, why didn't you fix it, right? If he doesn't own it, and maybe he paid someone off, which I doubt because he said no one has lived here in 15 years,
And it
right?
looks that way, yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, if you own the house, especially someone who is in the freaking business, Why don't you fix it and
That's my
try to
point.
sell it or rent it? This is silly.
That's my point.
This is just silly.
That's my point. And to go back to the OCD thing that he kept bragging about episode 1, that van, come on. That house, that doesn't jive with me. I have OCD, but I'm just going to drive around in this van with trash and falling apart for fun. I don't know.
Yeah. Real quick, I grew up in an apartment, right?
Quit bragging.
No, not really.
I'm joking. That's what I said last time and you didn't get
Right?
it.
And it was all these apartments that there are so many, all of them look the same, right? And it was this big, we have a word for it in Czech. I don't know what the word in English is.
They were like communist style buildings.
Yes, communist style buildings, they all look the same. The apartments on the left look the same. The apartments in the middle everything looked the same, right? Our apartment was gorgeous because my parents customized it. You could. They put like wooden blocks everywhere. They put new floors in manually. They did it themselves, right?
Yeah.
When I went to my friends' apartments who lived in the freaking same model, their parents, not that they didn't have money, they just didn't care, right? So their apartment looked very different and it was the same thing. We paid the same money for it, right? But my parents manually fixed it up.
Sure, they took pride in it.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying is that it doesn't matter that he came from this neighborhood or this small home. That's great. Be proud. But he could have fixed it up and it wouldn't take away from
But it's not his house. Okay.
I know. I know.
That's the point. It doesn't really live there.
I know.
It's all a test. Okay. So Shaeeda is not thrilled with this. And it makes her think, what else is he hiding from me? He couldn't even point to the white wall that he FaceTimed her in front of because there was no white wall that wasn't peeling with paint.
What a great point.
Okay. So she's not comfortable with this living situation. She goes, I feel like we can do better. And think what you want of that sentence. I think at least she said, we can do better. She's going, now we're a team. It's not like you should be, what? You live here? You can do better than this. No, she's going, okay, I'm here now. We can do better. And Bilal goes, where in the Quran does it say you need a mansion? Okay, I've never read the Quran, but I'm guessing there's nowhere that says you should lie to your spouse either. Right? So now he's using his religion to be like, oh, where does it say we need a man? Well, where does it say you should pull pranks on your wife?
I know. And Shaeeda said she was hoping for a spacious, modern, contemporary, which...
Okay, well, now she's getting picky.
Now she is getting picky, right? But it can still be achieved, not with a lot of space.
Yeah. No.
Spacious could mean small but opened, right?
Yeah.
There can be a spacious, tiny home.
Well, that's kind of an oxymoron, but...
Yeah, but if you have an open floor, come on, I'm just thinking out loud. But yeah, she's like, I didn't come here to live like in the 1800s. She's like, I had a life back in my island. I had my job, so you brought me here to this.
Yeah, she left a lot behind for this.
And the worst part was that he was playing this secret thing on her, right? That he didn't tell her anything. So she made her own expectations or ideas based on what she knew.
Well, that's on
and now
her.
he's mad about it.
Well, that's on her. And that's the thing no one's talking about. And I brought it up to you last podcast. I said, would you leave your country and move to a house or a home that you'd never seen?
Absolutely
no. So
not.
we kind of got to talk about that for a second. That's on her. Okay, that's on her. And again, she's not kicking and screaming and going, what? I thought we were going to live in a mansion. She's a little shocked, but that's on you to leave your country and move to a home you've never seen before. I would be looking at photos, Google Street View. I'd be asking for bedroom count and living situation, right? So a little bit on Shaeeda there.
Well, that's you.
Yes. And you apparently. You would not move to a home in another country that you had never seen before.
Because I don't know where I go.
I don't book a hotel without reading TripAdvisor and looking at multiple photos and Google reviews.
I don't disagree. I agree with you. But I'm saying that's you and maybe me. Right? Not everyone lives by that. Some people are just like YOLO.
You should do some research, folks. Do some research. Okay.
Next step.
They're sitting there awkwardly. And Shaeeda's like, I'm tired. Okay. Bilal goes, maybe you're just hungry. You want something to eat. And Shaeeda's like, well, yeah, something from a clean bowl. Okay. Again, the things she's saying, they're not wrong. She's just looking around saying this place is a mess. I'm hungry, but I want something from a clean kitchen. I want something from a clean bowl. And Bilal's like, okay, well, I can order something. So I guess he doesn't have clean bowls. And Shaeeda's like, you have money for that? And I think that was a little bit of a joke. I think she was, it was a little bit of she wasn't serious. And so he orders some food. She goes and washes up. And this is where we learn, he used to travel with Louis Vuitton bags, right? He would have the nice suits, the watches. And so she's assumed, and rightfully so. Yeah. We have to remember, rightfully so, she assumed, because he does live that life.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't expect her to be like, oh, this is where you live. That's awesome. If you kept flexing. Like, she is, if anything, she's shocked. Plus, dude, as we said so many times, at least fix the ceiling.
Yes. It didn't seem like a safe place to live.
No.
That's because nobody's lived there in 15 years.
Yeah, termites, cockroaches.
Right. It's not like his parents currently live there and was like, Mom and Dad, can you just leave for the night? I'll pay for a hotel. I want to play this prank. Nobody lives there. Mm-hmm. Okay, it's not ready for
15 years.
Right, it's not habitable.
Yeah.
It's not habitable. And now you're trying to play it off like that's where you live. Okay. But the most important thing of this entire segment is when Shaeeda tells the camera, okay, I can do it. I can live in this home for 90 days. Could be a struggle, but I'm willing to do it. Okay, so there, you passed his test. You said you'll do it. You're going to live there for 90 days.
Well, she should have told him.
No, don't even play into that. She should go home.
Yeah, she said, I won't give up. I love Bilal, and if this is what I have to deal with, we'll make it work.
All right. Good. Good for you, Shaeeda. All right. And then did you see the lie continues? Because she's like, Bilal goes, I'm going to take you to my mom's house. And then they pull into his house. Just quit the lies.
I would be upset. If you did that to me, I would be upset because I would think, okay, well, if you thought it was a prank, it's not funny. If you're trying to test me, that's just stupid. Why don't we have a conversation about what I think I'm going to do, how we're going to run things, what we're going to do as a married couple, instead of like pulling a freaking prank on me?
And let me just say it one more time. If you can't trust a person, if you feel the need to prank them or test them to see if you can trust them, you shouldn't be engaged to them. Mm-hmm. Okay? Do this as your boyfriend and girlfriend or whatever. When you start dating, if you really feel the need to, I got to figure out if I can trust them. You're already engaged. So I hope you trust them.
Well, 7 days together, but yes.
Okay. That's all. But so don't be engaged is my point. I'm not saying don't test the person. I'm saying don't be engaged to the person if you don't trust them.
I agree.
Okay. Let's talk about Kara and Guillermo, who are testing my patience. If they're testing anything, Kara is testing my patience. I don't know why I dislike her so much. I don't know why she rubs me the way she does.
She reminds me of someone, and I can think of who. Like, she has the type of a personality that I know.
Energizer bunny. She just goes. She's wound up, and I don't know. It rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah, she does have a lot of energy, but yeah, they're still in the cab, making out. Stop it.
Stop it. I get it. You guys are hot. You're young. You hear that? You're both young, okay? Not one of you is young. You're both young. You're hot. You're young. You're horny. I get it. We don't need to see it.
Guillermo has some surprises for her.
Yeah.
So he's going to take her to dinner, and here he is. Her friend Chris.
Yeah, I guess they became friends when she lived on the island.
Yes.
And Guillermo wants to give her a chance to say goodbye once again before they both move
and here
to the States.
We finally see her speaking fluent Spanish because I think he said a few words here and there, but she never spoke fluently to Guillermo.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah, her Spanish is great. And she's not the only American on this season who speaks the spouse's language.
Oh, let me think. Bilal speaks his spouse's language because it's both English. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Kara and Guillermo. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I know. Jibri. Mm-hmm. Jibri, and we could talk about it when we get to their segment. I was listening to more Black Serbs. It's like my new favorite band. A lot of their songs are in Serbian. So he sings and raps in Serbian.
Yeah, I mean, I saw it on social media that he is fluent in Serbian, which is amazing. Shame on you, John. Shame on you.
I'll get there. Kara speaks a couple languages. I saw on social media she speaks English, Spanish. One other, which I forget, but I think Mandarin Chinese.
Oh, wow.
She
That's
speaks,
awesome.
Yeah, so good for her. All right. Good for her. So, yes, they're at this last dinner, and then Guillermo's brother, shows up to say goodbye. And Guillermo has one other brother, but his name isn't Chris, so he wasn't invited. I think it was only Chris's allowed.
Well, apparently he's sick, but the way they said it, I felt like he either doesn't want to be involved, which I don't think he does, because that was the guy whose face was blurred.
It wasn't blurred. They showed another photo.
Really?
This time it wasn't blurred.
But maybe he has COVID.
Ooh, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're talking about if Guillermo is going to fit in with Kara's friends. Because
she's so much older.
She's so old, right? Her friends, they must be in their late 20s too. How will they ever all get along? They start calling Kara a sugar mama. To be a sugar mama, first of all, to be a sugar mama, I think you got to be old, right?
Well, older than the guy.
You got to be old.
No, you got to be older than the guy and have more money and have your life a little more together.
But if you're 3 years older, then you're not a mama.
Well, first of all, she's 6 years older.
Okay.
Right.
So there's got to be a certain degree of oldness.
No, sugar mama or sugar daddy is someone who's a little older than you and who makes more money and can take care of you.
Well, that's the other point. Does she have sugar? Does she have any sugar?
I think didn't you see the balloon creations or what?
How much money do you make off balloons?
I would hire her.
How much money can you make off
Did
that?
you see the arch with the dinosaur?
I saw it all. Unfortunately, I saw it all.
It was beautiful. I wish she lived closer.
But how much would you pay for that?
I would give her like I don't know, $100.
$100. Mm-hmm. Okay.
For the dino arch.
Okay, so I don't think she's got that much sugar.
I mean, she's doing something else too. I'm sure she lives by herself, which I think that's a good sign.
Okay.
A lot of people in their 20s have roomies. I had a roomie in my 20s.
She's, Teresa, she's almost 30. Do you know how old she is? You're
she's
acting
29.
You're acting like she's so young. She's a cougar. She's an old lady.
Or she's 29.
She's 29. Yeah, I know. Guillermo, Sankey Panky.
Let me add one thing to it. When I met you, you were 29, and I was like, wow, he lives by himself. He got some sugar.
Well, that's because I was in New York City.
True.
Which is, that is a more difficult place to live.
Yeah, I was very impressed that you lived
yourself.
by yourself.
I don't know what rent is like in Charlottesville, Virginia, but yeah, New York City.
I mean, it's a city too. It's not like she lives in the middle of nowhere.
She lives in a city in the middle of nowhere. It's not DC, I'll tell you that.
No, but it's close enough.
Okay, Sankey Panky. All right, that's what Guillermo apparently is. A Sankey Panky, which is a young Latino boy who finds an older white female to date.
I mean, that's exactly what it is.
It's also a 2007 Dominican comedy. Okay?
Really?
That apparently is successful because there is Sankey Panky 2 and Sankey Panky 3.
Well, apparently, Sankey Panky is someone who marries this older white lady for the green card.
Normally,
and
yes.
Guillermo said that's not the case.
Yeah. But Kara goes, well, if you were coming for papers, you're with a fairly all right option.
Okay, Kara.
Okay.
Well, then she goes on this spree of calling him a toddler and a baby or whatever.
I'm so sick. I think this is maybe why I'm ultimately upset with her. It's a non-issue. You guys aren't that much different in age, and you're definitely not different in maturity level.
No.
So, yeah, enough is enough with the age gap story. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I know you guys need something to make it interesting for 90 Day. This ain't it.
I think she feels that way because she has her life in the U.S. He's going to be brought in and be like, shit, what should I do, right? But he'll figure it out. He speaks English.
Yes.
He's young. He was doing something in the Dominican Republic. I think he was a bartender. You can do it in the States.
Yeah, enough is enough with that storyline. but I don't think it is the end of that storyline by any means.
No, she will always play, oh, I'm older. I'm more mature.
Yeah. Speaking of, next day, Guillermo is getting his papers together. I'm surprised Kara wasn't getting his papers together for him because she likes to do that.
Because he's such a toddler.
Did you see he was wearing like a pocket protector? He was wearing a pen in his front shirt pocket. You're going.
A pen?
He's wearing a pen in his front pocket. I just think it's some role play. I think that Kara's into is like this young boy persona. Yeah, you have your pen in your pocket. And $1 million.
A pen to ride with? That's what you're saying?
Yeah.
My grandpa used to do that.
Really?
That was the thing. He was a principal of a big school.
Yeah.
He used to have 2 pens clipped, one red and one blue. The red one to correct tests.
Okay.
And the blue one to do whatever.
Okay. All right.
That was his thing.
I thought it was
a lot of people do that.
I thought it was like some little like schoolboy role play.
No, that's
that
more
Kara
of
was into.
an old person role play. So maybe he's trying the opposite. He's trying to look a little more mature.
Oh.
Because that was my grandpa. Always 2 pens in his pocket.
Got it. All right. So Christopher's there, brother Christopher, and then girlfriend Daniela. They're going with Kara and Guillermo to the airport to say goodbye to them there. Okay. They get to the airport, and I told you last time, and I'll say it again, Kara hates wearing her mask. Mm-hmm. Everyone there is wearing it. Guillermo has to remind Kara, like, hey, your mask. She's like, yeah, I know.
Who is the toddler now?
Yeah, I know. Right. They do a group hug. They say goodbye. They get on the plane. Apparently, Kara goes full Karen because their seats were not together, but she made a stink, and they ended up getting seats across the aisle from each other. And here we go. The big storyline. They land. They go through customs. Of course, they get detained for questioning because I think a lot of people do.
Yeah, it happened to me too before. I was detained for questioning.
Whenever we fly back into the States, you go to your own line. You go to your separate line. They'll
Well,
question.
not now because now we're married and I have my green card.
Okay, well, before.
But when I was on my visa, many times they pulled me aside.
Yeah.
They wanted to know exactly what I'm doing, where I work or where I go to school, my finances, like all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So he got detained 2 hours, that's a decent amount of time. I don't think you've ever been detained for 2 hours.
No, it's usually, I'm going to say about half an hour of what happened to me in the past that I had to literally whip out all my paperwork and walk them through it. And because I'm a very organized person, it made sense. So they always let me go.
And who knows? This could have been a little editing trick with the whole 2 hours things, because when he tells the story, he was like, oh, yeah, they asked if I had another passport at first, but then when they realized it was Venezuelan, they just let me right through. It's like, okay, so that doesn't sound like a 2 hour
They may have been waiting for someone. Like it could have been 2 hours, but I don't think it was 2 hours of interrogation.
No, it wasn't anything. It was, hey, do you have another passport that's not expired? Oh, you're Venezuelan? Right this way. That's what they said it was.
Yes. Again, I'm sure he had to whip out all his other paperwork, whatever he has. But
Yeah. But all is well that ends well. They made it to America. No problem. Start the clock.
90 days to go.
Start the clock. All right. I think we need to take a break.
Okay.
A little break. When we come back, we're going to meet a new character.
A new cougar.
A new cougar. Okay, yeah. An actual Sankey Panky, if you
Cougar
will.
indeed.
An actual Sankey Panky, yeah. So let's take a break, and we'll be right back. And we're back.
Hello.
Hello, Teresa.
And Nosdravy.
Oh, Nastravi.
I wish we could clink, but we have cans.
We have cans today.
Clink.
Cans. Yes.
Did you say cans?
Yeah. What?
I'm gonna give you so much shit about it. That's
What?
so silly. It's like you when you saw these twins and you were just like,
Sisters. Anyway.
so random. Cans.
It's from something, and I forget what it's from now, though.
No,
I was quoting something. I just forget what it's.
This is great.
Guys, call in if you know what cans is from.
No. Cans.
Anyways, let's talk about a new addition to this season. Eve and Mohamed.
Yes, a new couple, and let me do the intro.
Let's do the intro.
Because this is where I shine.
Shine a little bit.
I'm gonna shine a little bit. All right. Eve, 48, Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
Licensed acupuncturist and a massage therapist.
Oh, all right.
Mohamed, 25, a little too young. Alexandria, Egypt.
It's legal.
Oh,
He's
absolutely legal. Listen, they have 23 years difference.
Mm-hmm.
But Eve
I'm
looks
glad you
great.
did the math because that would have taken me 9 minutes.
Eve looks great.
Eve looks fantastic. Okay, here's my issue. Eve is an actual sugar mama. And we have Eve and Mohamed on the same season as Kara and Guillermo. So you're going to have Kara going, yeah, I'm so old. He's such a little boy, such a toddler. No! And then it's going to cut to Eve and Mohamed where that's actually the storyline.
Yes. But hopefully she's not going to treat him like a freaking toddler.
And that's going to actually be the thing. Eve is going to treat Mohamed like a man because he is. He's 25. And Kara's going to treat Guillermo like a toddler because she wants to think she's so old and she's not. I know what you're going to say because you're raising your hand.
Wait, what? Tell me, because I don't think you know.
Mohamed on the preview is like, I want someone who's like my mother.
No, I was not going to say that, but yeah, that's a little creepy. What I was going to say is that I think every woman hits this, and this is, I'm just generalizing. Most women, I'm going to say, when you're younger.
Still generalizing.
Yeah, and I'm calling it out.
Yeah.
When you're younger, maybe in your 20s, you want an older guy. You want someone mature, a few years older because you feel like, oh my gosh, like younger guys are so immature. I want someone older who knows what he's doing, right? A lot of girls feel this way.
Okay.
But when you hit 40 plus and you're single, you're like, shit, maybe I want someone younger. Maybe I want someone who can bring a different perspective, someone who looks good. And that's why I was trying to say there is this snap right in the middle, maybe 40, I don't know, guys, just me.
Well, midlife crisis is what they call it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But when you change the view of, wait a minute, I don't want an older guy. I want someone younger. But 20 plus years old don't feel this way. There is not a 25-year-old goes like, I wish my new boyfriend could be in his teens still.
Oh, there are. They're just in jail.
Well, if a 25-year-old is dating an 18-year-old, that's okay.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, I've seen
by
that
being
video.
in his teens.
Yes.
But you don't hear this, right? You don't hear it.
No.
No.
It's nothing to talk about. I mean, you hear it. You want to talk about it? Your family.
Oh.
Your cousin who got married and just had a kid. He is how old?
He's 41.
That's not your cousin. He's married to your cousin who is how old?
I think she just turned 26 or 27.
But when they first started dating, she was
15 and he was 33-ish. Yeah, that was a little creepy.
Okay, so it happens and you hear about it. And you heard a lot about it around the dinner table.
Yes, but she was a girl, he was a guy. I'm talking the opposite.
Gotcha.
Right?
Okay. All right. Okay. So Eve has a son, Theron, a 12-year-old son who has not been dealt the easiest hand in life.
Very true. And I just loved the way she talked about her son and what a gift he is to her. I hope everyone who has a child with special needs feels this way because that's just beautiful and it brings so much love. And I loved her for this.
Well, I hope anyone who has a child feels that their child is a gift because there are people who try to have kids and can't have a kid, right?
True.
They can't get pregnant. And so every child is not to be like every life is a gift, but it is, right? Every kid is a gift. And it's great that she recognizes this. And yes, everyone has their struggles and their ups and downs. And Theron, yes, has been dealt a tough hand. He's got autism and Down syndrome and stage 2 kidney disease.
Mm-hmm. And I know that it's not easy. I don't know it firsthand, but I do know someone who have a child with Down syndrome. And I know that it wasn't easy for them to raise him.
Me too.
And I know they ended up putting him in this institution where he could associate with other kids that they help him because they just could not. So the fact that she does it as a single mom, I think it's amazing.
And here's what I hope. I hope that their storyline is the age difference, or I hope that their storyline is Mohamed fish out of water in America. I hope it's not Theron. I hope he's not the focus. I hope we got to meet him because he seems like a great kid, and we got to see Eve being a great mom, and that's beautiful and wonderful. And now I hope it can move past that because we don't need to subject Theron to the cruelty of the 90-day world.
Oh, absolutely.
And I don't want to see Mohamed being dismissive of any child.
No.
Right? And we don't want it to be, why isn't Mohamed a better dad to Theron? Like, no, please, no. We want to have some fun with this show.
No, absolutely. But I hope that Mohamed is aware of Eve's situation and that her child has special needs.
Yeah.
Because I would hate if he arrived and be like, this is not what I signed up for because it's too much.
Mm-hmm.
It is too much. It is a lot. It is a lot for someone who's young, who has no experience. It could be a lot for anyone, right?
Yeah.
I really, truly hope, as you said, we want to have fun with this. I hope he knows and he's fully aware of this.
And that's
because
why
I don't want to see Louise 2.0.
Right.
Like that was just so bad.
And I think a lot of people will say, oh, why isn't Eve focusing on her son? Right? He's got special needs. Eve needs to have a life too. She needs to be able to meet people and get some release and have a man who treats her well. And so, sure, she deserves to have Mohamed if Mohamed is the right man for her. But I do hope it's not a distraction. I hope, because she's been such an amazing mom to Theron, I hope she can continue to be an amazing mom to Theron.
Especially because she said she was with Terrence's dad for 8 years. They were engaged, but having a child with special needs is different. And she realized that she needed to dedicate her time more to her son than being married. And I think what she meant by is maybe the dad wasn't fully understanding.
And I thought that for a second too, but then we learn, no, Theron's spending some time at least with dad. And we know Eve travels to Egypt, and I would guess dad is the one watching Theron at that time. So who knows?
Who knows? Let's leave it at that.
Yeah, we don't know if it's joint custody 50-50, what it is. But
well, the joint custody is 50-50, right?
I guess it is 50-50. We don't know the percentage. We don't know the split. But both parents seem involved, which is a great thing.
Yes.
I hope it's a great thing. Yeah. Okay. So after the separation, Eve started living on her own. The more I say it, because we haven't talked about this couple yet, Egypt is, not that Eve is from Egypt, but her man is. Egypt. Never mind. After the separation,
okay,
Eve started living on her own. It was difficult for her, so she put all of her effort into healing, into her career, into her passion.
And let's not forget to add that something I was actually thinking, but she confirmed it. She's a Native American.
Yeah.
So all this spiritual stuff come to her.
Yeah, she's Apache. Yeah, that I think that definitely influenced her path,
sure.
her journey in life. And so, yeah, now she's all in on the healing.
I was just going to add, note to ourselves, we got to visit New Mexico because I've heard it's beautiful.
Have we not been to New Mexico?
No, I have, but not with you. I've been with my parents.
Okay.
Not in Albuquerque. I don't know what Albuquerque looks like, but the nature, the desert nature.
All right. So Eve was content with her life. She had her friends, her job, she has her son, and she wasn't dating at all or interested in that. But one day, there's always a one day with these couples. And this one day, a man half her age slid into her DMs, and it changed everything.
Yes. He commented on her fit bikini pic.
Apparently, she's posting photos of herself in bikinis, hashtagging it fit body, and Mohamed responded.
I mean, good for her. I would not do it in my 30s.
No, I would not allow you to do that.
No, but I'm saying, let's say I'm single, right?
Yeah.
After eating all that pizza, I would not do that.
Okay.
So good for Eve.
Yeah, no, good for her. She's in shape, and Mohamed's in shape. He's got a 6-pack, and he's not afraid to show it off either.
Wait, so you don't want me to someone like Mohamed to slid into my DM? Because you were like, I would not allow you to.
No, why would I want my wife posting bikini photos?
And I would not do it. I mean, we have some bikini photos together, but I would not.
Yeah.
I would not do it as a married person because I'm not trying to get the D.
Yeah.
I have the D 24/7.
You do it for attention. Let's be honest here. She was doing it for attention.
Yeah, but she's single and she's ready
there's
to
nothing
mingle.
wrong. There's nothing wrong with her doing it. I'm saying, as a married woman, if you're posting solo bikini shots on Instagram, hashtagging it fit body, you're looking for attention.
For sure. I would probably not hashtag it like fit body, but sure.
You'd hashtag it pizza body, probably.
And I'm proud of it.
Pizza. Okay. My question is this guy just following that hashtag? He's clearly searching for that hashtag or following.
I mean, don't you follow certain hashtags?
Personally, no.
Really?
I follow the 90-day hashtags for that account, but I don't follow.
You don't?
No. I don't do anything on my personal Instagram.
I do. You know what I follow?
No,
You want to guess?
Seals?
Guess? Yes! I follow hashtag seals.
Yeah.
And that's how I see all the beautiful seal photos.
Yeah. Well, I think Mohamed follows hashtag fit body, and that would be concerning for me. But
Why? He's single. Follow your passion. I'm passionate about seals.
Okay.
I follow hashtag seals.
Okay.
So?
Yeah, I guess he is a fitness guy. He's got his own 6-pack, so he's passionate about that. Okay. So he slides into the DMs. Within 2 days, they're video chatting, which good for Eve that we got to video chatting. We made sure this wasn't a catfish.
As you should.
Yep. They end up talking every day. Within weeks, they admitted they were falling in love. And within 2 months, Eve goes and visits Mohamed.
I'm glad she went.
No, she's doing all the right things. She's video chatting. She's going there, meeting him in person. This is good, especially because there is this age gap. There are a couple of red flags. So this is good. She's checking out as much as she can.
Yeah, I hope, and I don't think that this is going to turn out to be a Mohamed, but a different Mohamed, Daniel situation. Because Daniel also went. She also went to Tunisia. She met Mohamed in person. They did all that, right?
It's a little different.
And it still ended up being a shit show.
Yeah, it's a little
but Eve seems to have her life together from what we see.
Yeah.
So hopefully that's not the situation.
Here's the one red flag. Well, there's a couple of red flags, but one for me. Did you hear when she said, I didn't want it to happen this fast, but our connection is undeniable?
Yes.
So she didn't want it to happen this fast. Is he pressuring her to come to the States?
No. I think what she meant was, and this is just me thinking, that she didn't want to fall in love within freaking 2 months and apply for a K1 visa. She maybe wanted to date her a little bit. But she went there and the connection was undeniable. And she was just like, fuck, like, oh my gosh, yes.
But you can continue to date. It's great that you found this connection. You can continue to date, especially you have a child at home.
Sure,
Especially
but
there's
who wants to do long distance?
No.
If you don't have to.
Nobody necessarily wants to do it.
Plus,
but who wants to sponsor a 25-year-old kid to come over here?
True, but it's been 2 years. Thanks to COVID.
Yeah, thanks to COVID.
So it's been 2 years in making. It's not like, all right, we did it for 2 months, applied for K1 visa, and you're here.
But do you think it's been 2 years and then they just decided, or they applied and it's taken
she
so
said
long?
it. She said after the 2 months, I came home after vacation and I applied for K1
Exactly.
visa.
So it hasn't been 2 years. It was 2 months.
True.
I'm not going with what ended up happening. I'm going, she tried to get him over here after 2 months.
Listen, if she tried, that's all that matters.
No.
You think you think a 25-year-old dude is gonna pressure her?
Yeah.
Really?
For sure. I'm not saying he's doing it. I'm saying there are plenty of 25-year-old scammers out there.
Oh, absolutely. But I would almost feel like she would not let herself to be pressured from what we learned about her.
Yeah, she said, I did want it to happen this fast. She said, I did not want it to happen this fast.
I mean,
I'm just taking her own words
I know. Now I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm on an edge, right? On one hand, I see her as this strong woman, but then she's cleaning her closet and she's gonna give up drinking. So
Let's get to that.
I see what you're saying.
Let's get to that because her friend Crystal comes over and they're going piece by piece through her closet because she can't wear certain clothing due to Mohammed's culture.
Which is honestly, on one hand, you have to look at it like, okay, my man is a Muslim and he's religious. You gotta meet halfway, right? Maybe she's not gonna be wearing the headpiece that they wear to cover her hair because she is not a Muslim. But what she can do is not to freaking wear booty jeans or booty, what do you call it? Shorts, booty shorts.
Okay.
That your booty's out. I mean, I have those.
Well, because I have a lot to say about this. The guy's following #FitBod and sliding into her DMs due to a bikini pic. And now she's throwing out her tank tops?
But as you said, you literally said it yourself and you're not even religious. You said, I would not want you to post half naked on social media. You're married, right?
Yeah.
But if I was single and that's how you met me, and I have a bunch of bikini pics from the old days, I think, before I met you, you would be like, oh, wow, look at this girl. I like her. Let me talk to her. That's a different thing. He slid into her DMs as a single man, right?
Right, but he is still supporting or he's still okay with her showing her body. It has nothing to do with religion. You're saying,
he likes it. I think it's fine. He likes what he sees. Let me slid into her DMs.
But that goes against Muslim culture. Is my point. She's throwing it away due to his culture. He's smashing that like button on her photos.
You're not following. I'm saying he likes it. Yeah, maybe it's against the culture.
Yes.
But he likes it as a single man.
Well, I don't care about that. I'm not talking about single or in a relationship. I'm talking about her going through her closet going, I can't wear this because of his culture. Meanwhile, he's following #FitBod and smashing the like button on bikini photos.
I think it's fine. I think it's, listen, he's single.
Make it make sense. Make it make sense culturally. Because this is all laddering up to my big issue, which is people picking and choosing. And you guys can agree or disagree with me and call in and let me know. Picking and choosing what parts of religion you're going to follow because they banged it out. When she meets up with her friends and they're having their wine flight and they're talking, they banged it out. So
and
they threw that aspect of the religion out the window.
And we see it in so many of these young Muslim men that end up with the American on the show. I think the temptation is that hard. They are tempted. I'm sure the ladies also want to, you want to ride a bike before you buy it or drive the car or whatever you want to call it.
I am so supportive of that.
But I feel you're not following. And let me explain it to you one more time, right? As a single man, yes, okay, he's religious. There is a religion he has to follow as he was taught.
But there's single man religion. There's not single man Muslim and married man Muslim. There's just Muslim.
No, but he was taught. He was raised in a certain way. Doesn't mean he doesn't have social media. That's the temptation. You are into fitness. You're gonna follow hot bodies, whatever you followed. You see a chick you like, you're gonna like it. You're gonna slid into her DMs. You're gonna start talking, and you realize like, oh shit, I actually like her. All right, well, I don't want anyone else to look at her this way.
Okay, so now that's possessive. So now you're agreeing with Crystal that he's being possessive and doesn't want to give anyone else a look.
No, you are a Mohamed that's not religious. That's you. That's literally you.
How so? No,
because you feel the same way about this stuff.
No, I think you're over 30 years old. You should dress.
And she's almost 50, so.
Right. My point is not whether or not she should wear the clothing. My point is that she's throwing it out in the name of religion. And that's not the reason she should be throwing it out if she's going to throw it out.
No, she's throwing it out in a way that my fiance doesn't like me wearing this.
That's not what she said. She literally tells Crystal, I can't wear this because of Mohammed's culture.
Yes,
she didn't say I can't wear it.
Culture, not religion. Culture.
You know what she meant.
No.
You know what she meant.
I can sit here and argue with you about this over and over. We give shit when Nicole went to see Azan and was showing her big boobs everywhere. It's like, oh my gosh, Nicole couldn't even couldn't even follow the rules of his
Right,
culture.
so then, okay.
And now you're doing the opposite. When someone
we
is
should be.
following
No,
the
we sh-
culture, you're like, look at
But
her.
he's
just-
coming to
just
He's coming to
tossing
America.
everything.
He's coming to America.
So?
She's not going to Egypt.
You
So
still need to follow. If
Oh, watch what you're about to say, because you're going to be a hypocrite.
no, I
Watch
won't
what
be.
what you're about to say, because you're going to be a
It's
hypocrite.
about being
So Muslim rules
no
in every country.
No.
Okay, so then he should be. We would shit on Nicole.
Compromise.
We would shit on Brittany. We would shit on Nicole for going to a Muslim country.
Who's Brittany? Oh,
Of Brittany and Azan, right? Or Yazan.
Yazan.
Nicole and Azan. We would shit on them for going to their significant other's country and not playing by the rules.
well,
But now
Brittany was playing by the rules. She wasn't showing her boobs
she
all
was
over
chugging
the place.
tequila and getting drunk. And
I mean, yeah.
But now we're going to have a Muslim man come to America and we're going to go, oh no, Eve should cover up. Why? You're in America.
No, but she's doing it because he said it's my culture. I would feel
Religion.
more comfortable. He
Religion.
said culture. She said culture.
I know. But my point is, I think he's talking about religion.
But she's doing it voluntarily. He doesn't come here and he's like, oh, you're wearing this, don't do that. You're doing this, don't do that.
We don't know
She's
yet. We
doing
haven't
it-
met him. We haven't met him.
And that's why I'm having this argument now. She's doing this voluntarily,
Yes.
right? She's doing this
Well,
voluntarily.
we don't know. We honestly don't know. We don't
No.
know if he said. We don't know if he said, "I'm only coming there if you throw out all your tank tops and your bikinis." We don't know what he said.
True.
We don't know what he said.
No.
Okay.
But
Okay. I don't know why you're defending this.
I'm defending this because, as you said before, and I said it, we gave so much shit to Nicole for not accepting Azan's culture.
Because
and now
she
we
was
have,
in his country. She was in his country.
Okay, but
you
the
play by
fact-
the
okay.
rules of the country you're in.
No, you play by the rules of the relationship.
Okay, fair enough.
So
Fair enough.
if he is a Muslim and he feels a certain way about her and how she dresses, and he said, hey, I don't want you to wear booty shorts. I don't want you to show your boobs. And she said, you know what? That's fine. I can just wear, t-shirts and jeans, whatever. Compromise.
Yeah.
And this is what we.
I don't
this
think
is
it's a
what
fair
we've
compromise.
seen
I don't think it's a fair compromise. This woman was on Instagram posting #FitBody. She likes to show off her great body because she worked hard for it. And if you are 48 years old or however old you are and have that body, woo, it's a sin to cover it up. So you should show it off. So I don't know that she's.
I honestly, okay, I'm going to post a bikini pic tomorrow on my Instagram. You must be cool with it because, you want to put me on a leash?
But that's.
You want to put me on a leash?
No, but that's not the argument that's being made. The argument is culture and religion. The argument isn't a married woman should not post that sort of things.
But she's
saying,
going to be a married woman. So what's I don't understand your argument.
if she said that, if she said, "Oh, my body's for my husband," that's it. Then I'd be like, "Cool, that's fine." She's going, "I'm throwing this out because of his culture." That's my point. And
Because
again,
they're getting married. It's not like,
okay, I think you're
I met a
misunderstanding
friend.
him. Then why did she say that? Why didn't she say that?
Well, potato.
No, it's not at all. It's
Yes,
not at all.
it is.
Then, all right, then we need to cut to her having wine with her friends because it's the same conversation. It's not, oh, I can't drink because I'm getting married. It's I can't drink because he's Muslim.
There must be a compromise. And she said to him and to her friends, hey, I told him I'll be drinking here and then. He's fine with it. Compromise.
I'm completely fine with compromise. That is the way you're going to have a successful relationship.
Yes.
And I guess the verdict is out until we meet him and hear how he communicates with her and how they discuss these sort of things. Mm-hmm. Because we don't know if he's pressuring her or not. But I just think it's interesting. Mm-hmm. I just think it's interesting that we do give shit to women who go to these other countries and won't play by the rules.
Yeah.
He's coming here. If she wants to have a glass of wine, if she wants to wear a tank top, that's our culture. That's our culture.
And no. Oh my gosh. I can't believe that someone like you is not following what I'm saying.
I'm following with you. I'm playing a little devil's advocate. Okay. I'm playing a little devil's advocate.
Sure, but you need to fuck the country. Who cares? You need to agree on it in your relationship. If one of you is religious, if one of you feels a certain way about something, You need to find the middle ground for it.
Yeah.
And if for him, it's like, all right, I loved your bikini pics, but as someone who I'm engaged to, I'm going to marry, I don't want you to be doing that. I don't even want you to be drinking. And if she's like, all right, well, I still want to drink a little bit. Let's find a middle ground.
Yeah.
And
That's
this
great.
is
No,
what we see right now. I hope that's the case. Listen, in a week or two when we see more, I might be like, oh shit, I'm going to take it all back.
You're right.
He is pressuring
You're
her.
right. You're right.
But what we see right now is her doing this to make a compromise, as I hope.
Yes, that's fair enough. It's hard to have this discussion or this debate or argument,
Oof.
however you want to call it, without
We should do shots right now
Without
because this was
adhering.
wild.
that we can agree on. Yeah, no, you're right. We need to hear how he approaches this.
Yes.
And we need to hear her honest opinion and feeling about the issue. If he's like, I don't ever want you to drink, she might be like, yeah, it's fine. I actually wanted to get sober. Beautiful. If he goes, I never want you to drink, and she's like, man, I really miss wine nights with my girls, that's an issue.
Yes. No, totally. You need to compromise.
Okay.
You're a relationship, and no matter what your background is, no matter what your relationship is, no matter what your religion is, your relationship should be a compromise, because you don't marry yourself that you agree on everything.
Yeah.
You marry someone else. And for these guys, you freaking marry a stranger.
I'm just going to go back to the first line, or my first note at least, of when she was with Crystal. And she said, I'm throwing these clothes away because of his culture. That doesn't sound like a compromise to me. That's my only point. His culture. It's not, this is something we decided. I'm throwing it away because of his culture.
Okay, well, maybe the way okay.
We don't know. All we know.
That's what I was going to say.
We're
I hope.
smart to say we have to wait and see how
Yes, I hope the way she worded it was just not the way it is.
Okay. All right. We have to wait and see.
Yes, we do.
Let's move on.
Yes, I need a shot.
Let's talk about Jibri and Miona. Okay.
Is this our last?
No, we have a little bit of Emily and Kobe. But let's talk about Jibri and Miona. He's running some errands. Before she arrives, she's coming in 2 days. So he's at the car wash.
I really like Jibri. I think he's a fun, nice dude, very colorful. I love the vibe. But Jibri, dude. I'm watching this thinking, all right, he's on the phone chatting, going through the car wash. Love it. I do it too. With an open window. Okay. He's going to close it. He knows what he's doing. Oh, shit.
Yeah, sort of my biggest fear. One of my biggest fears in life is going through a car wash with my window down. I'm the guy who's approaching the car wash and just hitting the up button like 15 times to make sure it's actually up.
I love going through a car wash.
I like going through it.
I love
with
watching
my
it.
Windows up.
Well, obviously that's how we do it. It's not a people wash, it's a car wash.
Yeah, well, he was like, well, now I'm fresh and clean, I guess.
Oh, Jibri.
He calls David and leaves a voicemail. And he tells us that he and David, they've been through a lot. Mm-hmm. He's dated his sister. Mm-hmm. They've gotten in fist fights. They started a band together. I would take a Jibri and David storyline over Jibri and Miona. Let me watch that couple.
Well, you know what I'm curious about? That Jibri said, and we'll hear it later from David. David doesn't like Miona.
Yeah.
David, for whatever reason, doesn't think that they'll make it, right? And I wonder why, because David and Miona are both from Serbia.
Okay, that doesn't make
No,
you
it doesn't.
an
But I would,
alliance.
let's say if a friend of mine, an American friend, dated a Czech girl or a Czech guy, right?
Yeah.
First, I would be like, oh my gosh, that's great. Let's see how it works out.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be a Debbie Downer.
Well, I'm pretty sure at first he was like that. Don't forget, they've been touring Serbia.
You're right.
He's met her.
You're right.
She's a terrible person. I'm sure
How do you know?
she wants to be a Kardashian. She doesn't want Jibri to be in the band.
You know who they remind me of? And you mentioned it before. What's the guy's name?
Blake
She
and
was
Jasmine?
from Finland.
Yeah, Blake and Jasmine.
Yeah.
I told you that last episode.
Well, you said he reminds you of Blake because of their music.
No, I said Blake and Jasmine is
Oh.
the couple.
No,
Yeah.
I absolutely agree.
Yeah, and
she
she
wasn't
doesn't
very
want-
hot into this whole thing. Oh, he's a musician. She doesn't drink. She doesn't
Yeah.
party. I think they're still together,
I know.
as far as I know.
I know. Yeah. Oh, and I think Jibri and Miona will be together. I think they're a solid couple together. But I could see why people wouldn't like Miona, especially
see.
if
We'll
you're
see.
if you're in a band with this guy and she's trying to break the band up. Your loyalty is to the band, not to
Well,
this
we'll
girl.
see, because Miona is giving me a little Anfisa vibes.
A little
from-
Anfisa and a little Yara. For me.
Yeah. Like, just from when they arrived to the US with all these expectations, without fully understanding that, wait a minute, like, this guy is not Bill Gates.
Yeah. Did you see his glasses? Did you see his red glasses?
With the holes in the middle?
Yeah. There
Not
was
good
like
for the UV.
there was like a cutout in the center of the lenses. It looked like the shapes you had to cut out in one of the cookies in Squid Game. Like how do you drive with those? That must really
It's a
throw
stop,
off.
but also, I mean, it's for the looks, but
It's all for
I
the
mean,
looks.
the UV.
That's
the
not
UV
protecting you at all.
No, it's literally, it puts your pupils on display.
That's literally the worst place you would want your sunglasses to be cut out. So Jibri gets a call back from David, and he's like, the Black Serbs are back, baby. The IG is popping. I'm getting DMs. Everyone wants shows. And Jibri's like, well, I'm kind of busy getting ready because Miona's arriving. So sorry, but I'm a little bit busy.
And David, with a little sarcasm, he's like, good luck with that, bro.
Yeah. Let's see if your love holds out. I doubt it. And Jibri, of course, is a little fired up hearing David talk about his relationship like this. And David's like, I didn't like her vibe from day one. And he kind of thinks maybe she's just in it for the green card. Right? So my feeling about the Black Serbs popping off is, if they are having this big comeback, this reunion tour, wouldn't you want to go all in on it and make some money and get out of your parents' house and rent your own place? And wouldn't Miona support this? Live the dream?
I'm sure she would, but I also feel that maybe you have to invest some money to get this going. I don't think he has any money.
No, the band started. The band's IG's up and running. The album has been recorded. If you can go play shows and make money, go do it. What's your other source of income? He's
That's
doing
true.
He's
That's a
doing
good
nothing.
point.
He's sitting at home.
That's a good point.
Go play some shows. Get a check. And
Yes.
and if Miona doesn't support that, then I don't know.
Yes.
That's suspect, right?
No, I support that.
So new day. Jibri's got big plans to make Miona feel welcome. He bought a red carpet to roll out when she arrives. This I don't support. We don't need to play into this Kardashian attitude. Don't fuel this fire.
But wouldn't you want like a nice warm welcome?
Yeah, I want a warm welcome.
Wait for what my parents are planning.
I want a warm welcome. I don't need a red carpet. I don't need to play into that persona. Right? Like, do you want her to act like a princess? Because to me, being humble is attractive. That's an attractive attitude. Being like, oh, I don't need
But
any.
that's you,
I don't
my
need
love.
any.
That's you.
Yeah, that's how most people should be. More people should be like me. So Jibri changes into his finest cowboy hat, pink blazer, and looking fly, and then he rips his pants.
Oops.
He's like, not the pink flamingo.
Listen, I love his outfit. I wish, and again, like I'm the type of a person who wears black all the time, and you do too. That's our vibe. But
Black
I wish I could just be so colorful, and I can't be because I just always end up buying something black. But I love it. I love
he's pulling it off.
his vibe.
He
I
looks
fucking
good in
love.
it.
I love his vibe, and yes, it looks really good on him.
He's pulling it off. Some people can't pull it off.
He's pulling
He's
it
doing
off so bad that I always think about it.
He's pulling it off so well.
So well. Think about it.
You're like Michael Jackson over there. Like, bad is a good thing. Up is down, bad is good.
He is in one of the Dakotas. Which one? South, North? Forgot.
South Dakota.
He's in South Dakota, right?
Yeah.
And he's pulling it freaking off. I love it. Like, be you.
Yeah.
Be you.
I have nothing bad bad to say about
No,
it.
I have the opposite. I fucking love it.
Yeah, he rips the pants, but he's committed to it, right?
Love it.
And I know it. I've been in a situation where I've planned my outfit. You know, this is what I'm going to wear. And even if you spill something on it and you stain it, you go, nope, I've been thinking about rocking this for a week. I'm going to go with it.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I just recently changed in the morning real fast because I put my clothes on before I brush my teeth and then the toothpaste.
Yeah, but that's not something you were planning to wear for a week.
But I had a work party people haven't seen in a couple of years. I planned my outfit, right? And then the toothpaste. And I gave up. I changed. I gave up.
Okay. Well, Jibri did not. He went with the rip and all and gets in his truck, heads to the airport, freestyling about Miona. He's dropping a couple bars.
That was pretty good.
Driving to the airport.
It reminded me of you because you do stuff like that.
I do freestyle.
Yeah, all the time.
It's a fun, and that's why I like puns, and it's mental gymnastics.
It's a fun pun.
Freestyling is a mental gymnastics, and you see like, oh, what can I connect with this? What rhymes with that?
That's beautiful.
And driving to the airport, got to get away, got to pick up Miona, take her to the house to stay. Like, yeah, it's just fun. It's fun. He gets to the airport, flowers, flag, flamingo vibes.
And the red carpet.
Okay. So here's my complaint. Even his mask matched his suit, right? Mm-hmm. It should have been a pink carpet. Let that flamingo carpet fly.
Yeah, but that's not a fancy.
I know, but make it your own.
Ooh, I like that.
Right? Jibri is all about individuality.
You should have.
Pink carpet.
You know what I was thinking? That he is lucky that he's in South Dakota that probably not many people fly to. Because if he whipped this out in JFK...
that thing would have been walked all over by real celebrities.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that one guy who just walked across.
Yeah.
It was hilarious. Miona Pear, she comes down the escalator. I thought she was about to announce her run for president, but she comes down. Jibri slides out from behind a pillar. He's like, "Come here, cowgirl. Come here, princess. Get on that magic carpet." And then they do like a red carpet photo shoot.
Yeah, but without the camera.
There was.
It was a fake shoot.
There was TLC cameras there.
Well, true, but
yeah, but he was like. Tss, tss, tss.
If you did it, I would be. If someone did that to me, like you, I would be like, "No, what are you doing? Like, what is going on? I'm not doing it." And Miona is just like into that. Like she's posing for a fake camera. I was like,
yeah.
Wow.
Sorry, not for me.
Not for me.
Okay, here's something I haven't seen anyone talk about on social media, and maybe it'll bubble up later this week, but they're doing a confessional. And Jibri says, when we met online, Miona started flirting with me instantly. She liked the pictures first. Didn't we hear that they met when he was on tour?
Yes.
Playing a concert?
But maybe that's how they met. Like on tour, but on social media.
Those are two different things.
I don't know, maybe you play a concert hall and you look at it and let's see who was there. Or she went to the concert. She goes like, okay, who's in this band? Let me go to social media and started liking photos.
But then tell the same story. The first time we heard it, it was, she was at a show, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but maybe she didn't come up to him and talk to him. Maybe she social media'd him.
Okay.
And that's how they started talking.
Okay. I don't know. Something's
I'm
not
just
computing.
thinking out loud. I'm just trying to justify what
Something's
they
not
said.
computing.
But yes, you're right.
We're getting two different stories here.
Yeah, but it could be the same story, just told differently.
Okay. And then Miona tells the camera it's been her wish to visit America since she was a little kid.
Red flag.
Red flag. And she expects a better living, and she expects to move to LA. And if that doesn't happen, she's going to want to leave.
Red flag,
Bunch of pink flags, bunch of flamingo flags. We should call them flamingo flags.
Flamingo flags.
With this couple, yeah. And yeah, that's Jibri and Miona.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'm excited to see how this is gonna unveil. Mm-hmm. Is that the right word? Because Miona... I think
you're going for unveil, which is really not the right word. You would say how this is going to play out, how this is going to...
And that's why I have you in my life.
Yeah. Okay. Last couple.
Emily and Kobe.
Yes. We met them last episode. Well, we met Emily and her family last episode. Now we get some Kobe in the flesh. Before that...
Every single time someone says Kobe, I'm like really starting to think of the burger. Like the Kobe burger. right?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, we're going too long to digress and start talking about
Because we are gonna make the Kobe burger for dinner. That's why I'm thinking about
I
it.
didn't get Kobe, I don't
You
think.
did not?
Yeah.
Oh,
What do you think? I'm made of money over here?
it's just $2 extra.
I didn't see it at the store. Okay, so Kobe arrives tomorrow. Emily's going through her lingerie with her sister Madeline, which I guess is something girls do. They go through lingerie with each other.
I don't know. I'm the only child.
You don't go through with your mom?
I mean, when she washes my laundry when I visit, she washes your laundry too.
She goes through my lingerie as well, yes. Emily has a plan, okay? She wants to spend one night alone with Kobe before they bring Coben, their son, into the equation.
Which I understand, but at the same time, if you're a dad who hasn't seen his son ever, I almost feel like they should go home, which I think they're gonna, see the kid, spend a couple of days, and then go on like a weekend getaway somewhere and bang it out.
They live with their parents, the sister.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to call them living babysitters, but you got help.
Yeah.
You got help there. This is a test. Talk about a test. Forget the white van test. This is a test. Do you want to bang or do you want to meet your son? And if you choose bang first, that concerns me. You never met your son. It's been almost 2 years, right?
I don't think it's a test. I think
It's not a
Emily
test.
is a freaking horny as
Okay.
fuck.
And here's the thing. I don't think
And
she
she
is.
just wants to.
I don't think she is.
Well, no, maybe not horny, but I think she wants to make sure that they still have the spark because she keeps talking about it.
I think that's closer to what it is. I think she's trying to live in the past and be like, we used to bang 7 times a day, 2 hours on the shower floor. We're going to keep living that life. No, you're parents now. He's a dad now. Sorry, you can't live that life anymore. You got to go be a parent.
Yes and no, because she always says, I'm not the old Emily anymore. I'm the mom Emily. I don't drink like a crazy person. I don't party like a crazy person. I hope he'll like it. I hope he'll still be attracted to me. She's fully aware of this.
It's all fear-based, though. She's concerned because she knows her life has changed. I don't know if she's accepted that their life has changed because they haven't lived that life together yet. She's been a single mom for however many months. Yes, she's committed to that life. She's trying to, I think, maybe ease Kobe into the life. But come on, if it's my kid, I'm going, why are we staying over at a hotel tonight?
And I think that's what's going to happen.
I've never been so close to my son. Let's just go. Let's drive the 2.5 hours and go.
No, true, but I don't think she's coming from a bad place. I think she wants to enjoy one night before they become the real parents, and I don't think he'll be down.
No, I don't think it's a bad place. I think maybe she's coming from a little misguided place. I think she goes, oh, we gotta live that life like we used to. No, live your new life.
Yeah. Well, we'll see because I really don't think that he wants to do it.
My real issue is that she got a hotel because it's a 2.5 hour drive away.
Well, not everyone drives like us.
2.5 hours? I mean, people drive that distance to work every day. And she's getting a hotel room. The real reason, first of all, she's foolish with her money. If you're getting a hotel, you're 2.5 hours away, but you're living with your parents, you're foolish with your money. Save your money, move out.
Well, she was hanging out with Sean. I think
That's
that
the
was
real
the reason.
She wants to have a little night out with Sean, her old pal. They go to dinner. She talks about Kobe's big arrival and how they're going to have a date night at the hotel.
And her and Sean used to be the party people. They were competing who's going to pick up more phone numbers a night.
Yes, they used to be a little wild. They used to get a little wild. And we learn about leaky boobs here. We learn about Emily's leaky boobs.
What?
Did you black out during this part? Because I wish I did.
I guess.
Yeah. Emily's like, we're going to have our first night together. It's our first and our last night together. And my boobs might leak all over Kobe if I'm on top.
Oh, I think I picked up on that.
Yes. Yeah. So not much happens at this dinner. Sean's a little skeptical, I think, of the whole thing and says, do you have it in you to kick Kobe out of the country? Because you might have to.
Mm-hmm. Well, and yes, but she was also, I would not want to be in this situation, but what she was saying is true. She said, if we don't work out as a couple, do I kick out the father of my son, or do I let him stay here and make it work as co-parents but not as a couple?
Yeah,
Which I feel for her. I mean, yeah.
Depends how he is as a father.
That's true. That's very true.
You're not going to find out if you don't let him go home and see his kid.
That's very true.
Okay. So next day, Emily is pumping because I guess she doesn't want to leak all over Kobe when they bang. So she's pumping out the milk. And I'm pretty sure this is the exact shot that the camera guy captured that Memphis lost her shit over, because we see a very clear video of Emily pumping.
Listen, it's a natural thing.
Yeah, not everyone wants to show that to the world.
I was just going to say, you just need to be okay with it.
Yes. Okay. So Emily goes to the airport. You can tell she's anxious. She's crying. It's been 2 years in the making. She's waiting. All of a sudden, Kobe appears.
And here he is. And he also looks a little different than the undies model we saw. I think he also gained a little weight. Speaking of, Kobe was like, it's been 2 years. She's changed. She gained weight. But it's not about how she looks.
I just want her.
Nice save, Kobe. Nice save.
No, I think I'm sure he was asked.
It was a nice save because did you see her face when he said she gained weight? She was like, what?
I don't think he said that out of the blue. We saw when Nicole and Asin met, and the producers are always like, oh, what do you think seeing her? And they're always like, oh, it's bigger.
Yeah.
Right? I think he was prompted. He answered, and then he's like, it's not about how she looks. I just want her.
Plus, she just had a baby. That can change.
Yes. So Kobe is excited to meet Coben, but Emily's like, well, we need our one night together.
I don't think he was very pumped, but we'll see next week.
I think they're going to make another baby before he gets to meet his first baby. That is my
You think like on the way during those 2.5 hours?
No, I think if they stayed over at the hotel.
Yeah, I doubt it. Well, I think he's going to want to go, which is good.
Let's see. I think if they stay, he's going to make a baby before he meets his baby. Because we see in the previews for the season, there's a pregnancy.
Yeah, but
on the way.
Wasn't that the pregnancy they showed us?
No, she's getting pregnant again.
What?
Oh, yeah. She's getting pregnant again this
Some
season.
people are so fertile.
So fertile. So fertile. Okay. That's it. That's the episode. What a heated episode. So many debates.
I love this new
So
90
many
days
debates.
so far, but we
loving
still
it.
haven't met all the couples.
I'm
am I
loving
right?
it. I think I'm going to love this next couple too. The guy from Austin, and I forget where his bow is from. Yeah. Last season, we didn't meet Ben and Mahogany until 14 episodes in.
And it was amazing.
And they delivered. So short and sweet. Yeah, I can't wait. But so far, I'm loving this. Loving this
Same
season.
here.
And we'll see. Hopefully it just keeps ramping up and getting crazier because we haven't even had the foreigners in this country really
No, they're
yet.
all coming.
We have Shaeeda a little bit, and she's delivering. And Kobe just touched down.
Yeah.
Guillermo,
and so this,
Guillermo just touched
Guillermo
down.
just touched
So
down.
let's see. I think it's going to get even wilder.
Mohamed's on the way.
I think it's going to get even wilder. So
It better.
I'm ready. All right. Guys, make sure you're following us on Instagram at Married to Reality Pod. You can slide into our DMs and tell us whose side you were taking during those heated debates. I'm sure you guys have some feelings about our discussion. Let us know whose team you are on, Team John or Team Teresa.
You better be Team Teresa.
I have a feeling everyone's Team Teresa all the time. And I usually am too.
But if you're Team John, that's fine. You can still message us on Instagram, and I may or may not read it to John.
All right. That's at Married to Reality Pod. Make sure you guys are following the podcast wherever you're listening. It's so easy to do. You just look down and smash that follow button.
Guys, smash it like it's as hard as this season so
There we
far.
go. There we go. And thank you again for the reviews, Sal. We appreciate it. We love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
If you have not left a review, please do. It means the world to us. All right. That is it. Teresa has said more than enough, more than she should have said. I
And
think.
so that's John.
All right. That means we'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.